Hey guys, so a boring topic today, electrical safety regulations. I'm sure this is going to keep you all up at night wondering about how wonderful these things are. But no, look, bottom line is as a landlord now, you are going to have to get safety regulation certificates done effectively, what they call an EICR, an electrical installation condition report, okay? And basically what that means is, so from July 1st, 2020, this year, any new tenancies must have that report. And that report lasts for 5 years, okay? It's basically all coming out of the electrical safety standards in private rented sector, England regulations 2020. So it only was introduced in January this year. Sorry, it was not introduced. It was announced in January this year, introduced in July. So it's not there yet, but it's coming. They haven't stopped it. They haven't postponed it for coronavirus. But effectively, yeah, what you need is the EICR, okay? Sometimes called the Landlord's Electrical Safety Certificate or the Electrical Safety Certificate, but effectively it does the same thing. It's basically where you have to get a qualified person to go in, they test all the circuits, they test all the equipment, and they issue a report, effectively the certificate. And that you need to keep on a continuous basis, okay, until the next report's done, then you can throw that one away. So yeah, so basically all new tenancies from the July 1st, 2020 and all existing tenancies by the 1st of April, 2021, okay? So it's spread out a little bit. My concern is, and I think everyone's concern, is whether the industry can cope given coronavirus and given everything that's going on and the fact there's a backlog of maintenance issues and all sorts of things like that. It's going to be an interesting take, and it's just another kick in the teeth for landlords because it's another amount of money you're going to pay, which we'll look at soon. But look, so when do we have to provide it? So we're going to provide it to the tenant prior to occupation, okay? So how we'll be handling this is we send out the documents before with all the prescribed information, and we'll be sending it out with that, which means you need to have it before your tenant can occupy. So it's far better to get it. It lasts for 5 years, so to get it ASAP, okay? If the local council asks for it, you've got to provide it within 7 days. And the basic local housing authority is the one managing this, and they can issue up to £30,000 fines for not having it, and I imagine that's repeat offenders and all that sort of stuff. And a prospective tenant can ask for it, and you've got to give it within 28 days, all right? So what it means is that, look, you just better have it there, you know, and just know that it's there for 5 years, and then do that. So cost, yeah. Cost ranges from $50 or £50 up to, I've seen up to 300 or over 300 plus VAT. And then I've also seen it on a per circuit basis, so that the cost varies greatly across the UK and depending on who you're using. So effectively what we're doing is we're negotiating now with a UK-wide contractor, but we've also got a number of other individuals that we can use, and we're just trying to find out the best rates possible. It's a little bit hard right now. We're in the middle of it. I'm about to literally launch this email, and we thought maybe COVID will delay it a bit, so we'll just hold off, but it's not, and we've had confirmation it's not, so we need to go ahead with it and get it done. Now what that's going to mean is, yeah, it does mean somewhere between, and look, I'll be honest with you, we're not going to use the $50 guys, the £50 guys. The £50 for me is, you know, that guy that goes around and does a really poor job and still keeps you at risk. So yes, you can say, but I can sue him, but the likelihood is the insurance doesn't work. He's not a part of a regulated body. Who knows? I'm just not comfortable using that lower end of the marketplace. I think somewhere between 100 and about £200 is where we're going to end up in the cost range. Okay, you know, the odd occasional area, depending on what you know, the supply and demand in that area might be a bit more or a bit less, but for the most part, that's what I'm thinking is about 100 to 200 pounds. And we're gonna, and it depends on the number of circuits. So if you want to know how circuits work effectively, just think circuit breakers. So if you open up that box, count how many circuit breakers it has, that's approximately how many circuits. So a lot of places will say it's $60 or £60 plus $20 per circuit, or $30 per circuit, or $100, you know, plus $20 per circuit. Because they have to test all the circuits and all that sort of stuff, and then they issue it. And basically what happens, it's either a satisfactory, yeah, or an unsatisfactory. And if it's unsatisfactory, it'll be a, you know, danger is present, in which case, you know, literally your place is going to be stopped and you're going to have to fix it immediately. Like that's an emergency type thing. You've got potentially dangerous, you've got improvement. So you've got C1, C2, C3, and then you get F1, which is further investigation needed. There's something not right. And that might be you switch on the lights and the lights don't turn on for like 10 seconds or something like that. Okay, so it may raise other issues that then cost money to fix. But to be fair, it's electrical safety. You don't really want to stuff around with that. And as an agent, we really don't want to stuff around with this. So what we're looking at now is rolling this out to all landlords as quickly as possible, because obviously, and when I say as quickly as possible, what I don't want to get to is right now there's lots of work available. We can give it to people and people are willing, but as soon as all the other agencies jump on board, we may find the prices get driven up and that, you know, they can't do it for 6 weeks or 8 weeks and that sort of stuff. And so that's one of our fears. So I think getting it done, it might be a month or two early, but certainly not leaving it until the 1st of July or just before the 1st of July, because the likelihood is, you know, you might end up problems there. But we're going to start rolling that out so it's available. But it may take 6 months or 12 months. We're not going to do hundreds all at once because we just can't, and it would cost too much immediately. You know, so we'll roll that out. We'll come to you and write to you. Haven't got the exact rollout things because obviously we're trying to get everyone's off on COVID and furloughed and things like that. As soon as we're back, then we'll get onto that, and you know, we'll be on top of that. But we just want to sort of give you the heads up that this is coming and it's not going to go away. You have to deal with it. All right. And yeah, basically we'll sort of, you know, we're on top of that. I think one of the key things here, and I think this is with all regulation, because what I'm noticing, I'm on a lot of agent portals and Facebook pages and things like that, where you've got agencies coming on and saying, you know, what's this, what's that. It is amazing how many agents out there actually don't understand the regulations and aren't up to date with the regulations and haven't got qualifications. All of our staff, okay, are either have or are going through the process of getting their level 3 ALA. And that gives them at least a base level of knowledge across the broad range. And I think that's really important. Yeah, so guys, look, any questions you've got, you can speak to your property manager. But look, this is coming, it's not going to go away. So we'll be coming back to you on an individual basis when we're looking to get it done. But any new tenancies, 100% need it. Existing tenancies will need it done before April the 1st next year. All right, guys, have a great day, live with passion. And remember, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get heaps of updates for landlords and investors and, you know, learn all about property. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.